Hey guys, I am John Carrick, author of Legacy of a Mad Scientist and The Legend of Ashley Fox. Today we are looking at Danger Girl number 5 and Fantasy World Tarot card, the King of Cups, the Orc. The King of Orcs. These aren't bad. They're kind of cool. Anyhow, Danger Girl. Danger Girl number 5. On the water. A lot happens in this issue. I think they knew this was going to be a very short series. I think it was already starting to not be coming out every month on the month. And here in the previously on, we see that Major Maxim, they say that he... Excuse me a moment. Sorry about that, guys. So this previously on page, you can see that they clear up a whole bunch of stuff. One of the things they point out that I already taped yesterday's back up, but not only does he have Sydney, he also has Johnny Barracuda under the other arm. So Sydney and Johnny have been taken captive. Here we get some bad guys attacking Deuce's ship after he just met with Agent Zero and gave him some information, but Deuce is ready for them. I just want to leave this up for a second. One of them gets him in the back of the head after he breaks a neck. This art is really amazing. They pull up next to the ship. They load it with explosives. Deuce wakes up just in time. They are advancing the storyline very quickly. In the last episode, the house got pushed off the cliff and it left Eddie Owen, Abby Chase, and Silicon Valerie literally stranded on a cliff overlooking the ocean. Now, you can see this little ribbon of dirt right here. I'm just noticing that right now, but you can see this leading away from them. It is ostensibly a way down. And when the cliff face gives way, they end up sliding right down it into the water where Abby gets captured. I'm just going to leave that up for a minute. So, the splash page, literally. Now, it would be nice if this ad was not here, but it's okay. It's a good spot for it. I really like how you got this border right here between Abby's scream and Agent Zero's tattoo. Silicon Valerie has a gun at him. They're in standing depth water, so that's really cool too. All of this is great. Agent Zero lets Abby go, and they agree to work together. That's a solid page. Perfect 6 panels, right? Next page, another 7, well, 7, I guess. No, 6, because this is all one. Sydney's still asleep. Johnny's waking up. There's a Nazi mad scientist. My mad scientist isn't an evil mad scientist. My mad scientist is actually a family man. But he's come up with something really dangerous. All right, we're going to have to do this in sections. First, we'll do the bottom. And then how much of that can you guys see? That's a great 2-page spread. It really is. There's this other guy with them, Falcon, who Johnny knows. I think he's an English special agent. Or maybe American, I don't know. Maybe French. But this is a Nazi mad doctor like Mengele. And he's not taking any of Johnny Barracuda's sass. But then he injects Falcon, who gets super strong but collapses. And you guys remember the first X-Men, right? The experiment that Magneto does to the senator and turns him into water. This is that kind of thing combined with steroids and being highly unstable. Again, look at this evil doctor's teeth and Johnny's face. Johnny looks totally like a Bruce Campbell. J. Scott Campbell, Bruce Campbell. Why not? Look at this mouth. That's an Incredible Hulk face for real, right? He explodes. That guy Falcon didn't make it more than 3 pages. Major Maxim is the only person so far who can handle this serum, and it makes him unstoppable. Unstoppable, not unstoppable. Abby's getting dressed. Why? Agent Zero is trying to get this captain to take him somewhere he doesn't want to go. And then Abby comes out on deck dressed like that. And the captain is like, I'm not going there. It doesn't matter how much you pay me. Also, Abby's ring has always been highlighted. A couple issues back, Natalia touched it when she complimented her. And I paid attention to those panels down here. And coming up, we see why. Excuse me. So this is Abby having another crisis of confidence. I think the other day I said a crisis of conscience. No, it's a crisis of confidence. And this is the second time we're seeing her do it, so it's a little redundant in the storytelling. Even if the first time was, I think, on the first issue. It's still become so much of her character that I'd like to see her get past it. Agent Zero explains that we need your help. You can't be half in, half out. We need you. They need you. Johnny Barracuda and Sydney need you. Underwater. See that? This is a correct National Socialist ship from World War II that has the third and final piece of the ancient armor from Atlantis. It's a helmet, a shield, and a sword from Atlantis. And it's actually a really big sword, from what I understand. These guys, of course, arrive right after Agent Zero and Abby go down. Eddie, Owen, and Silicon Valerie are up on the surface in the other boat. The bad guys snatch, I think this is read like this, and then like this, and then they snatch the sword. Then it's across like that. Excuse me. Also, I keep hearing this little chair squeaking, so sorry for that. Look at this face. Oh, sorry, it's all in the light. Let me do like that. There we go. It's much better. In the bottom right-hand corner, Abby's face is great right there. Kurt Russell, soldier. Giant eels come and snatch up the enemy, basically Cobra. They're Nazis, but this is way more like G.I. Joe and Cobra than Nazis. I guess it's Nazis like Indiana Jones, but they're watching them, and Abby says, turn off the lights, rightfully guessing that they're attacking the lights. But up here, we see that's Natalia's fishnet, and the bad guys have snatched the sword from Abby, and they've already got it up here, so it's not that big. It's regular size. And Natalia is now dressed in her evil Nazi. She was Russian, but now she's working with the Germans. And this is Abby's ring, has been a transmitter the whole time. So, like I said, a lot happens in this episode. Deuce has been killed. Natalia has come out as a bad girl, and she's got the sword. They have the sword, the helmet, and the shield. The Danger Girl team has nothing, and they've lost 2 members of their team have been kidnapped. Sydney and Johnny Barracuda have been kidnapped, and Deuce has been murdered. They're not doing well. But more tomorrow. Tony Hawk. Got milk. There you go. Danger Girl number 5. It's going too fast. Hey guys, I hope you're doing well. Today I had quite an adventure. So Danger Girl number 5, getting close to the end. There's only 7 of these, and then there's a few standalone series. But this is it. This is what happens when it's a big story. Natalia was only on their team for 3 issues. Now that I did remember, which is kind of a shame. So, what else is going on? I got to draw for an hour today. I didn't get any more writing done last night. Not at all. I'm a bit stumped with the current chapter that I'm on. It's not the end of the world. Today's conflicted card is the 2 of Spades. I believe that's what that is. Might be the clubs. But anyhow, it says, Washington, D.C. has been destroyed, and we need a new capital for the country. What should it be? New York, Philadelphia, Miami. What would be the capital of the United States? If it was the Jew-run capital, it would be New York and Miami. I would make it somewhere in Montana, Colorado, Denver, North Carolina. I don't care. You know what? I have in my novels, in the second one, after a big meltdown at a juvenile detention facility in Los Angeles that's run by serial killers, a senator from the state of California says that the United States could declare itself the first global nation and make everyone everywhere a citizen with equal rights, instead of, see, in the future, you have to be sponsored for citizenship. you're not a citizen of birth, and there is no naturalization. You have to be educated and then have a sponsor and then do 2 years of labor for the state or donate the equivalent of an acre of municipal land, which is in today's prices about 3 million, I would say. Probably more. Depends on how developed it is, right? Anyhow, so yeah. What does the future look like for the United States? I guess there was a couple bus bombs in Tel Aviv. Another plane fell out of the sky, flipped over. That was a couple days ago. That was the day that I happened to mention it on this channel. But for me, I got up and got to draw for an hour before I had to go run errands. And got a bunch of stuff done, but spent a lot of time in the car. So looking forward to writing a bit tonight and drawing, and my legs are sore from my last workout. Otherwise, I hope everything is going good with you guys. There was some stuff I wanted to talk about in regards to fiction and character development, but none of it's really that important. When it comes to that kind of stuff, you have to know what story you want to tell. And so in this, right, like I think they know what they want to do with the armor. I think they know what they wanted to do with the team. But now the team's been radically changed. And I was looking at the sketchbook the other day. I think they introduced some new characters coming up in the next few issues. Creating a revolving door of characters can kill a franchise. You think about if the A-Team... Now the A-Team, it's almost a good example. On the pilot, they had a different face man who was taller but really kind of flat. And he wasn't Dirk Benedict. And Dirk Benedict came in on the... what would have been like the second or third episode, because the pilot's usually like double long. It's like 2 episodes, you know? So, and he came in as the regular face man, and that was a different dynamic. But now imagine if at the end, now this happened too. The girl, remember, who was like their handler or their manager or became that? She came and found them, and then she stayed with them for a while. In the first season, the girl from the A-Team was super hot. And then the second season, they replaced her with some more sort of shorter cheerleader-ish sort of Texas type girl who I didn't like as much. But the point is, if you imagine if they'd changed out like Mr. T or Howling Mad Murdoch or Face Man, it would have killed the franchise. You can't do that. You can't do that. Once you set up a team and they work together and they all have different skills, like it worked with the X-Men to change the team after 20 years, you know? So, and this is something I'm sort of facing in my own novel right now. I've got the core team, but I'm sending some of them off to do this mission or off to do that mission with some other group, which is kind of cool, but you can't do it like this. I would never do it like this. The whole point of this stuff is a symbiotic friendship, you know? You want to craft a positive experience where the good guys work together and win. Not where the good guys betray each other, and in the end, the hero's the last one standing, and he's lost an arm and an eye, and all his friends are dead, and he had to kill half of them. That's not a fun story, you know? So, yeah. All right, see you guys tomorrow. Bye.